do or die in Dubai. Hello there everyone and welcome to Overfed Gaming. You're listening to the Overfed. Today we are in Grid Legends and we are driving a Brabham BT62. We're driving it through the streets of Dubai, and we are now in our pro season of racing with the Seneca Racing team as we follow Overfed's career. It is a circuit racing event and we're doing 3 laps. We started out number 16 at 22 and we started with a rolling start. Now this car is a real hot rocket of a race car. I mean, he really goes, but of course if he really goes, that means all the other cars really go too. We got 15, 14, 13 cars we got to pass, and we are in our first lap. Now these laps are fairly lengthy, so we've got time to kind of check out the track and see how the cars are going to behave while we keep up with the pack, because we can't afford to lose our pack. As we stay kept up with the pack, we know that the cars in the front are not going to get away from us too far. But we have to start passing right away as well. We can't afford to wait because, like I said, the cars in the front are going to get further and further away, and we're not improving our situation. So our position is still number 14. And soon we're going to be coming up to the end of the first lap, and we've only moved up 2 positions, which really isn't a lot. But every time there's a little straight section like this, and we try to throttle up to catch up to them, we can't get by them because those other guys are going to go as fast as we go. So all we can do is just keep up with the last guy. We're not going to pass him through these back and forth sections. Well, maybe, and maybe not. And we're going to keep trying and keeping our eye open for a possibility. You know, if there's a spot where it looks like you could pass, you know, try to inch in there, and if the guy moves over, take your spot. Oh, now he took himself out of the race for us. That puts us into number 13. It's good for us, bad for him, obviously. Then we are now done our first lap, and like I said, we've moved up 3 spots and only 2 on our own. The one guy took himself out, so we got to start moving, and we're catching up on some of these guys. We're figuring out a few places where we can pass, and there's a nice stretch here where they all tend to stick to the inside, to the right hand side of the track, giving you some room on the left hand side, like right there. Now unfortunately there weren't enough cars close together, so we could only pass 1, but 1's better than nothing, because now as we get him going around the corner and then we rip by him on the inside, we're down to 7 cars, or 6 in front of us. We are number 7. So as we're coming back up on the boardwalk here, it's probably best, because there's not a lot of room. It's best just to stay behind the guy and just stick with him, catch up close behind him, not too close in case he wipes out, which is something you always got to be aware of in Grid Legends. They tend to off and on, without notice, spin out or flip or do something in front of you, and if you are lucky enough you can get around them, and if you're not, they will get you. And if they hit you when they spin out at this speed, almost being done the second lap, chances are you're not going to catch back up again. So from here on in, we got to drive a clean race. Try not to rub up against the walls, try not to run into any cars, and try to take them one at a time like I did. Right, oh come on, right there. Yeah, he just doesn't want to let me go, I see, but you know, he's on the outside there, so there's no way he's going to come back and pass me, and I'm going to get his partner too at the same time. Which is a good thing, because we've now got 4 cars left in front of us, and that second lap is almost done. So we're going to keep on battling, put your foot to the floor and try and get by another one here as we're closing in on the end of the lap. 3 cars left in front of us. It's not easy. These guys are going at a fairly good clip. It's really hard to catch up to them, and when you do, it's even harder to get by them. because they take the optimum route on the track, so you can't, which means you have to either cut them on the inside or beat them on the outside. And these last two guys here, this last little section, like I said, that's the place where you can pass these guys. Might be the only spot left, but hey, he slowed right down for me, so that was good. Then when we take over, you do have to be aware of the fact that these guys are not going to stop racing just because you passed them. They're going to stick right with you as close as they can. Now the next guy is only 1.8 seconds behind me, and if you look in the rearview mirror, as long as you can see him every once in a while in your rearview mirror, you know you've got to keep putting the pedal to the metal. You can't let up for a second, because letting up for a second, the guy's now just over half a second behind me. If you let up for a second, he's a half a second ahead of you. We can't afford to have that, because we want to win this race for the Seneca Racing Team. Now they want you to place 7th or higher, or 4th or higher. They always give you an option. However, the OpenFed always looks for number 1, because that's the whole name of the game, isn't it? Anyhow, we're coming around the side here, and we're closing in onto the end of the lap. This has been one heck of a cool race. This guy just rips like you wouldn't believe, and he's a lot of fun to drive. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and hope to see you back here again at OpenFed Racing real soon. You've been racing with the OpenFed.